Hello boys, this is Mr Thompson and I'm the teacher of GCSE Motor Vehicles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a short presentation explaining about motor vehicles for any pupils who are interested in picking this as one of their GCSE options. Motor vehicles consists of three main units. Unit 1 is motor vehicle and road user theory. Unit 2 is an investigative study, which is a piece of coursework. And Unit 3 is a practical riding activity, which is when you're on the moped. The first unit is the main unit and it makes up 50% of the course. This is broken into 6 main sections. There's vehicle control and road user behaviour, so how drivers are driving on the road, the weather conditions they face, driving with drink and alcohol in them if you're driving with stress. The second unit is your legal requirements, so the legal requirements that you need if you're owning a vehicle, and that will be like tax, insurance, MOT. The third unit we'll look at is road transport and its effects on society, so that's the different types of vehicles that are on the roads and the effect that having a lot of vehicles on the road has an impact on the environment, so we look at that. Motor and maths is the costs that are involved in owning a vehicle, the different purchase methods that you can have when buying a vehicle, and when you are buying a vehicle to make sure how you get value for money. The fifth section that we'll look at will be accident procedures, so what happens when drivers are involved in a crash. And the last one then is motor vehicle technology, how your car or a vehicle, different components and how it works. The second slide that we're going to look at is the investigative study. Now this makes up 25% of your coursework, and what you have is you have 4 different titles. Now what we always do is speeding on urban and rural roads. This is a piece of coursework that you have to do on your own, but when we gather our evidence you can work as a group. And the last part of motor vehicles is a practical riding activity. Now this makes up 25% of the course, and what you'll do over 4th year and 5th year is we will go out on the moped at times, out do your course out in the yard that you see when you're out at break and lunch, and what we'll do is we'll go through a number of different measures. These include doing daily checks, doing a series of manoeuvres, which would be, for instance, right turn at a stop sign, continuous left turn, and passing stationary vehicles. You do a skills test, you do a figure 8 test, you do a braking test, and then you do a safety awareness and driver control test. When you're out actually doing that with a moderator in April of 5th year, you'd be marked out of 100 for that course, but overall it makes up 25% of the course. While you're doing motor vehicles, there's a number of different teaching methods that we will use throughout our time doing the course. It might be, for instance, talks from outside agencies. It might be using interactive games like, for instance, Quizlet, Kahoot, Triptyco. There'll be online learning and teams, and then we'll be doing a lot of class discussions. It is important, boys, to realise if you are picking the subject, it's not a case that you're out on the moped all the time. That's not what motor vehicles is about. Yes, you do be out in the moped on a regular basis, and also a lot amount of theory that you have to do. There is a test at the end that you'll sit up in the hall, one exam that you'll do that lasts an hour and 45 minutes. There is a lot of course content in it. We do have very, very good outcomes that a lot of boys do pass the course, and it is a very, very enjoyable course.